श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। नरसिंहोऽखिलाज्ञानमतध्वान्तदिवाकरः जयत्यमितसज्ञानसुखशक्तिपयोनिधिः अभ्रमं भङ्गरहितम् अजडं विमलं सदा आनन्दतीर्थमतुलं भजे तापत्रयापहम्। तपस्वाध्यायशुश्रूषा कृष्णपूजारतं मुनिं विश्वेशमिष्टदं वन्दे परिव्राट्चक्रवर्तिनम्। Honorable members of the audience, on the occasion of Deepavali, I am asked by the organizers of this talk to give a brief talk on celebration of Naraka Chaturdashi, Lakshmi Puja and Deepavali. Naraka Chaturdashi is a day when the demon Naraka was vanquished and annihilated by Lord Krishna. Why did Krishna do this? We have a very good answer. This act of Sri Krishna was not aimed at taking over the land ruled by Narakasura, and it was not aimed at destroying the identity of the people of that land. This happened quite often on this earth over thousands of years. But in case of destroying Narakasura, Krishna did not do this. On the contrary, Krishna's aim in destroying Narakasura was to put an end to the evil of imperialistic aims and attendant cruelty of Narakasura. He forcefully occupied the territories of other kings in his days, and he took into custody the daughters of those kings and other girls of those countries. And those girls suffered an untold suffering during the days of their imprisonment. Their number was 16,000. Wise counsel never prevailed upon Narakasura. When evil cannot be stopped by soft means, the use of hard means is inevitable, and it has been inevitable over centuries. The idea of peacekeeping force in last 2 centuries was to put down the evil with a hard hand. Otherwise, the ethics in our life will perish. The essential ground of Mahabharata war was stopping the deterioration of ethics in human life and its re-establishment to its original level. The Mahabharata gives us a thought of Bhimasena when he was supporting the thought of war against Duryodhana and others. Bhimasena's words were these: Kshama sarvatra dharmo na papahetuscha durjane rajñam samarthya yuktanam. The able kings should not go on tolerating the evil or forgiving the evil. Forgiving the evil to the detriment of peaceful life and ethical life is not dharma. It leads to earning of sins. That was the opinion of Bhimasena. Sri Krishna took this approach when he decided to put down Narakasura. Narakasura had grown to the level of high evil irreversibly. Therefore, his annihilation was necessary in the interest of orderly, happy human existence. It was a freedom to 16,000 girls detained cruelly. So, the re-establishment of orderly and happy life and freedom to persons detained without any reason is an achievement. To achieve this, Krishna annihilated Narakasura. Therefore, putting down Narakasura was an occasion for celebration. It was like a celebration of Independence Day. In commemoration of the renaissance or revival of Dharma and freedom to deserving people, there has been a tradition of joyous celebration. Oil bath, new clothes, special pujas, and entertaining foods have been the part of the celebration. It is like present day independence celebration. This is all about Naraka Chaturdashi and about Lakshmi Puja. We all know the story of Samudra Mathana, that is churning of nectar ocean by gods and asuras. On the occasion of the Samudra Mathana, on the day of Ashvaja Amavasya, Lakshmi appeared on the scene. Lakshmi is a goddess who bestows wealth and happiness. So, the goddess who bestows wealth and happiness on people appeared on that day. So, it was an occasion for celebration. Therefore, the tradition of Lakshmi Puja has been there all along on the day of Ashvaja Amavasya. And about Bali Pratipat, we have a brief explanation. We know the story of Bali Chakravarti, who surrendered to God Vamana. God Vamana sent Bali Chakravarti to live in Patala for a long period. At that time, Vamana gave a privilege to Bali Chakravarti to visit Bhuloka once in a year. And that day, once in a year was was Kartika Shuddha Pratipat, the next day of Ashwaya Amavasya. Bali Chakravarti was given the privilege of visiting Bholoka on Kartika Shuddha Pratipat. So people have been celebrating this day as Bali Pratipat. Bali was a great devotee of Lord Vamana, that is Vishnu, and is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. When bhaktas appear on the scene, people welcome them with great joy and celebration. There has been a tradition of welcoming Bali Chakravarti to this Bholoka with the luxury of lights. That is Deepavali, luxury of lights. We see lights everywhere. People put lights before their homes in a luxurious way. So the luxury of lights is a mark of welcoming Bali Chakravarti to our place. Bursting of crackers also has been a tradition to celebrate festivals, to conduct festivals. So the arrival of Bali Chakravarti or the visit of Bali Chakravarti on our place is an occasion to celebrate, and people happily set up a luxury of lights and burst crackers as a mark of welcoming Bali Chakravarti. This is about Bali Chakravarti. These are the words I am asked to say. I thank the organizers and Sri Swamiji Vishwaprasanna Tirtharu to having given this opportunity to me to say a few words before you. Thank you all.